Ever feel like you're just one step away from being the most confident person in the room? Or maybe you've wondered how some people seem to make instant connections and leave a lasting impression without breaking a sweat. Well, I've got 10 simple but incredibly powerful psychology tricks that'll give you the social edge you've been looking for. Whether it's nailing your next interview, creating meaningful friendships, or just remembering names like a pro, these tricks work every time. Stick around till the end. You don't want to miss these life-changing hacks. And hey, don't say I didn't warn you when people start loving your company. 1. The mirroring trick. Build instant connection. Imagine you're at a party. You're nervous, unsure of how to start a conversation. But then you notice someone standing in the corner, mirroring your body language. They lean when you lean. They cross their arms when you do. And suddenly, there's an unspoken bond. This is called the mirroring trick. It's a psychology hack that makes people feel like they're in sync with you, creating a subtle but powerful connection. You don't even have to go overboard, just mimic their posture or tone slightly. Maybe they tilt their head and you do the same. Or if they smile, mirror that too. Pro tip, this works great in dating because it increases likability and makes the other person feel more comfortable. Next time you're at a job interview or meeting someone new, try it. You'll be amazed at how quickly they warm up to you. 2. The pause before answering trick. Appear more confident and intelligent. You know that feeling when someone asks you a question and your mind goes blank? Don't panic. Just pause for a second. That's right, don't rush to answer. When you take a moment before speaking, it gives off a vibe of thoughtfulness and composure. People perceive you as more intelligent and confident. Scenario. Let's say you're in a high-pressure situation, like an exam or a debate. Instead of rushing, give yourself a second to think. The result? People will view you as a more deliberate, credible speaker. Plus, the pause gives you time to craft a solid answer. And here's the best part. That split-second pause makes your response feel way more intentional, even if it's just a simple answer. Try it. The next time you're in a tough conversation, just pause. It'll change how others perceive you. 3. The name repetition trick. Remember names easily. Nice to meet you, Sarah. Now how about you follow that up with, so Sarah, what do you do? Sounds simple, right? But repeating someone's name right after they introduce themselves can actually help you remember it better. It's like a cheat code for your memory. By saying their name, you're reinforcing it in your brain. And guess what? They'll feel important and appreciated. Because, let's face it, everyone loves hearing their own name. So, next time you meet someone new, don't just say, nice to meet you. Say their name right away. You'll not only remember their name, but also make a fantastic first impression. 4. The silent stare trick. Make people spill more information. Picture this. You're in a conversation with someone who's being a little vague. They're not giving you clear answers, and you're starting to feel frustrated. What do? Stay silent and make eye contact. It's uncomfortable, isn't it? But that's the point. When you hold that gaze and say nothing, most people will feel compelled to fill the silence. And that's when they'll start revealing more than they intended. It's like magic. They'll keep talking, often without even realizing it. Think about sales or negotiations. If someone's hesitating or being non-committal, a well-timed silent stare will encourage them to spill more details. They'll feel the need to explain themselves, giving you more leverage. Try it. Just don't go full stare-down mode. That's just creepy. But a brief, comfortable silence can work wonders. 5. The Ben Franklin effect. Make someone like you more. Here's a little mind trick that Benjamin Franklin himself used to make people like him more. It's called the Ben Franklin effect. And trust me, it works. The trick is simple. Ask someone for a small favor. It could be anything, like asking them to borrow a pen or help with a minor task. Here's the thing. When people do something for you, their brain starts justifying their action. And one of the things it justifies is that they must like you. It's like a psychological hack that strengthens the bond between you. So, next time you want someone to warm up to you, ask them for a little favor. It's weird how reverse psychology can make people think they're doing it because they like you, right? 6. The dopamine trick. Associate yourself with positive feelings. Ever wonder why people are drawn to that friend who always has a funny story or is up for any adventure? It's because they associate positive emotions with that person. You can use this trick to build stronger connections. The next time you hang out with someone, do something fun or exciting together, like watch a comedy, go to a theme park, or experience a thrilling activity. The brain releases dopamine, the feel-good hormone, and it starts associating that positive feeling with you. Imagine this scenario. You go rock climbing with a friend. They're feeling the rush of excitement, and by the end of the day, their brain has linked that adventure with you. Now, whenever they think about fun, exciting experiences, your name will come to mind. This trick is perfect for making people enjoy your company. Now 7. The 90-second rule. Make a strong first impression. You know the saying, first impressions are everything? Well, turns out it's true. Is all it takes to form a first impression. In that tiny window, people are already deciding whether they liked you or not. So what can you do to stack the odds in your favor? Use open body language, make eye contact, and flash a warm smile. This creates an aura of confidence and likability, making people feel at ease around you. Think of a job interview or a networking event. You're walking into a room full of strangers, and within 90 seconds, the person you're talking to will already have a gut feeling about you. Make those seconds count. 8. The chunking trick. Memorize anything faster. Trying to memorize a long string of numbers? Or maybe you have to remember a massive list for work? Here's a trick. Chunk it. Instead of memorizing 24895, break it down into manageable chunks, like 248957631. This is called chunking, and it's why phone numbers are split into segments. Our brain can process smaller chunks of information more efficiently than large blocks. So if you're trying to remember anything, whether it's a grocery list or a complex formula, break it into smaller, digestible pieces. Your brain will thank you. 9. The foot in the door trick. Get people to agree with you. Here's a classic psychology trick. Start small. Ask for a favor that's easy to say yes to, like helping you pick up a pen. Once they've agreed to that, you're way more likely to get them to say yes to something bigger later on. This is the foot in the door technique. It works in sales, persuasion, and negotiations. Start by making a small request, then work your way up. People tend to feel obligated to consistently say yes once they've agreed to something small. 10. The peak end rule. Leave a lasting impression. Last but not least, make the ending count. The peak end rule tells us that people remember the most intense part of an experience, the peak and the ending. So, if you want someone to remember you in a positive light, make sure the last moments of your interaction are positive. Whether it's a job interview, a date, or just hanging out with friends, leave them with something memorable. That little extra will stick with them long after you're gone. So there you have it, 10 simple but powerful tricks that can transform your interactions. Imagine how your social life, memory, and confidence will change if you start applying these today. But here's the thing, there's so much more where that came from. More secrets, more tips, more hacks that will have you mastering your social world in no time. But for now, good luck applying these, and maybe we'll dive into even more mind-bending tricks in the future.